there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have an exciting topic for all of the international nurses out there who dream of working in the USA. So I will be comparing the advantages and disadvantages and consideration of applying as an international staffing agency nurse versus a direct hire nurse. So the topic of this video is international staffing agency versus direct hire, exploring nurses opportunities in the USA. So let's get started. But before we dive into the details, let's clarify the difference between being an international staffing agency nurse and a direct hire nurse. International staffing agency act as intermediaries between nurses from around the world and healthcare facilities in the USA. On the other hand, being a direct hire nurse means being employed directly by the healthcare facility in the USA without the involvement of an agency or a third party. So I suppose that's the broad description and distinction between the two, but there are many other factors to to consider before deciding which one you want to take. And I hope after watching my video it will help you decide which one you will take. What are the advantages of applying as an international staffing agency nurse? So let's start by exploring this. Exploring the benefits of applying as an international staffing agency nurse. For me, because I'm an agency staffing nurse, one major advantage is that staffing agencies, they are specialized in guiding international nurses through the complex process of working in the USA. So number one advantage is job placement assistance. International staffing agencies often provide comprehensive job placement assistance, connecting you with the healthcare facilities in need of nursing professionals. This can streamline the job search process and increase the chance of securing employment. So number two, professional development opportunities. Many of these agencies invest in the professional development of their nurses. They may offer access to continuing education programs, specialized training, and certifications, allowing you to enhance your skills and expand your career opportunities. That's number two, which is really good for us, right? Number three, supportive network, which is one of the most important, I guess, if you are here in the USA. So agencies often provide support to their employment process. They can assist with the visa and licensing requirements. They offer guidance on relocation and provide ongoing support while you work in the United States. So having a reliable support network can make the transition smoother. It will be more smoother and help address any challenges that may arise. So these agencies often offer support with your housing arrangement, transportation, and cultural integration. So they have a wealth of experience in helping international nurses settle in their new environment. So ensuring a comfortable and seamless transition. Further significant benefits is that I think as soon as you set foot on US soil, your salary begins. So I told you I'm an agency staffing nurse. So when we landed in the United States 8 months ago or 7 months ago, my agency, which is basically my agency which is basically my employer. Yeah, your employer is the staffing agency if you are a staffing agency nurse, not the hospital where you work. So the agency's client is the hospital or the facility where you work, but the agency is the one who pays you. So upon our arrival in the United States, my agency greeted me at the airport and arranged for complimentary hotel accommodation. Since my agency coverage only extended to me, I entrusted my family to the hospitality of my friend's house in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I went to Florida alone. Uh, my agency granted me a month to adequately prepare myself before being deployed to my designated facility. So throughout this period, the agency provided valuable assistance in establishing our bank accounts, obtaining driver's license, endorsing our nursing license, and acquiring necessary certification. And in addition to that, we participated in informative seminars and classes that familiarized us with the American work and lifestyle. Moreover, we underwent training session to further enhance our skills. So that's what we did there for a month. Now, let's consider the flip side. As an international staffing agency, you may have less control over your work location and assignment choices. So, while you can express preferences, ultimately the agency will assign you based on availability and demand. So, if you have a specific location or facility in mind, I think direct hire might be more suitable for you. So, during my application process, I was inquired about my preferred states, and I provided a list of 5 states where I wish to assign. Unfortunately, none of those states from my selection were granted, resulting in my deployment here in Maryland. However, there is an option to decline the assigned state if it does not align with your preferences. So, the few potential drawbacks to consider. Number one, limited control over location. When applying through agency, you may have limited control over the specific location where you will be assigned. The agency might allocate you to a state or facility that may not align with your preferences or personal circumstances. So that's number one. Number two, Number two, uncertainty of assignment. There can be uncertainty regarding the assignment you will receive, despite providing your desired states of preferences. There is no guarantee that the agency will grant your wish or what you want. So this may lead to potential disappointment and dissatisfaction. Okay. Number three, contractual obligations. So when working with an staffing agency, you will typically have a contractual agreement that outline your responsibilities, obligations, and duration of employment. It is important to carefully review and understand the terms of the contract before committing to ensure that they align with your expectation and goals. It is also expensive to breach a contract or buy out your contract. Most of the nurses I know, after a year, they bought their contract, so it's really expensive. I think it's about more than $30,000 US. Number four is potential lack of job security. So, depending on the nature of your contract with the agency, there may be less job security compared to directly employed nurses. So, your employment could be contingent on the agency's contract with the healthcare facilities. And any changes in those contracts could impact your job stability. So, if they suddenly end their contract with that facility, definitely your contract will, I think, definitely your job to that facility will end also. All right. Now, let's shift our focus to direct hire nursing. So, what are the advantages of direct hire nursing in the USA? Number one is job security. When you are directly employed by a healthcare facility, you have a more stable position with consistent hours and potential for long-term employment. Okay, that's that's number one advantage. Number two is better benefits package. So direct hire nurses often receive more comprehensive benefit packages, including health insurance, retirement plans, paid time off, and other perks. So these benefits can contribute to a better work-life balance and overall job satisfaction, which is really important here in the USA. Number three, this most of us want. We want this higher earning potential. Direct hire nurses may have higher earning potential compared to agency nurses. So while salaries can vary depending on factors such as location and facility, direct hire positions often offer more competitive compensation packages than the staffing agency nurses. And then number four, control over work location. So this is one of the advantages. One significant advantage of a direct hire nursing is having more control over your work location. You can choose to work in a facility or in a specific city, hospital, or healthcare facility that aligns with your preferences and career goals. So you have that. Number five, career growth opportunities. So being a direct hire nurse, nursing position often provide better opportunities for career growth. With a more stable employment arrangement, you may have access to a specialized training program, professional development opportunities, and a chance to expand your skills and knowledge. Or you can climb the ladder. You have more chance of getting a higher position in the long run. So number six, the last on my list, stronger connection with the organization. Working as a direct hire nurse allows you to develop a deeper connection and sense of belonging within the healthcare facility. You may become an integral part of the team and could build relationship with colleagues and patients over time. So who knows, maybe you will become the chief nurse of that institution. Okay, so now what are the drawbacks of a direct hire nursing in the USA? What are drawbacks? I listed six general drawbacks of being a direct hire nursing in the USA. Number one, increased responsibility for administrative tasks. What I mean by this, administrative tasks like fixing your or handling your license endorsements, tasks like that. So unlike staffing agency nurses, Direct hire nurses are responsible for handling administrative tasks such as licensing, license endorsement, and paperwork independently. This can be time consuming and it requires additional effort on the nurse's part. Number two, uh, although this may not apply to all of the facilities in the USA, limited flexibility in the work uh, arrangements. So, direct hire nursing position often have less flexibility compared to agency nursing. The healthcare facility sometimes sets the schedule, and nurses may have limited control over their shift or the ability to choose their preferred work hours. But as I've told you, this may not apply to all of the facilities in the USA, because in my facility right now, uh, they are giving us flexibility, all of us, whether you are staffing agency nurse or you are a direct hire nurse or their staff, they are giving us flexibility and control over our schedule. Okay, then number three, potential lengthy hiring process. Direct hire nursing position may have a longer hiring process compared to agency nursing. So often have facilities often have more rigorous screening procedures and hiring criteria, which can prolong the time, prolong the time it takes to secure a position or being deployed here in the USA. That's one of the drawbacks. Then number four, relocation challenges. For me, this is the top challenge for most of the direct hire international nurses. You may face challenges related to relocation. This include finding suitable housing, uprooting your family, and adjusting to a new environment, which can be stressful and disruptive. Relocating to the USA as a direct hire nurse can pose significant challenges, to tell you. So this challenge start from the initial move from your home country and extending up to a year after arriving here in the USA. So I've seen a lot of my friends still struggling on the transitioning. They are direct hire nursing, but also for, I think also for me, also for staffing agency nurses, we face this challenge also. So the extent of these challenges largely largely depends on your available resources, particularly the financial means you bring with you to start your new life here in the USA. So you will be responsible for covering the expenses associated with your plane tickets and all other relocation costs. Upon entering the USA, you will need to handle all the necessary tasks and arrangements independently, or sometimes with limited support. Some of the direct hire agency, they have at least they have some support. I don't want to name those agency here, but you can find. So you just need to thoroughly research about the agency you are applying for. I mean the direct hire agency that you are applying for. Typically, your employing healthcare facility will allow only 2 weeks for you to prepare before your first day of work. Within that limited time frame, you will need to secure an apartment, obtain a driver's license, complete license endorsement procedures if applicable, and acquire a car. Among these tasks, finding suitable housing and purchasing a car can be particularly challenging. Uh, Many car dealerships require an address other than your social security number to process a car purchase. unless you opt for obtaining a car through an international auto source program. However, if you can find someone to assist you throughout this process and plan ahead carefully, you can navigate these challenges more smoothly. So, to those coming here as a direct hire nurse, if you know someone who can assist you or who can help you, probably relatives, friends, good heart friends, if you know someone and they are willing to help you, go for it. Okay? So, overall, the relocation process as a direct hire nurse in the USA demands thorough planning, financial preparedness, and resourcefulness to overcome obstacles such as securing housing and transportation. With the right support and a well executed plan, I think you can navigate these challenges successfully. Okay? Number 5, drawbacks: potential lack of support in licensing and visa processing. Okay? Unlike agency nursing, direct hire nurses often have to navigate the licensing and visa processing independently. Number 6, less immediate support network. As a direct hire nurse, you may have a smaller immediate support network compared to agency nurses, because agency nurses often have access to community of fellow nurses and agency staff who can provide support, guidance, and networking opportunities. And most of the staffing agencies, they have a guide. I think a guide. They have a staff who guides their nurses all the way and continuously throughout the employment process. So it is important to carefully consider these disadvantages alongside the advantages of being a direct hire nursing and staffing agency nurse when making decision about your nursing career. So each individual's preferences, career goals, and personal circumstances will influence which path is the best fit, right? So to summarize our topic, if you value the support and guidance of an agency, along with smoother transition into the USA or into the US healthcare system and US life, United States life, applying as an international staffing agency nurse may be the right choice for you. However, if you prefer more control over your work location, the ability to negotiate your compensation, and the confidence in handling the paperwork independently, direct hire nursing might be better fit. Okay, so to wrap up today's video, I hope this comparison has provided you with valuable insights into the options available for international nurses looking to work in the USA. Remember, each path has its advantages and considerations. So choose the one that aligns best with your goals and preferences. So if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to stay updated to my latest content. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Thank you. being an agency specialized, being an agency, for me, because I am an agency staffing, for me, because I am an agency staffing nurse, one major advantage for me, because I'm an let me see. Among this task, I think, Han,